So welcome everyone then to game number 1 between Hera and Winchester for the first semi-final of Warlords. For Winchester, we're gonna have the red color, as we're gonna stick to blue and red over here to keep contrast. And Hera, we're going to keep him in the blue color. He was already using the blue color, so it's fine. Also for game number 1, and as is usually the case, we'll enable predictions too. So who wins game number 1? Respecting the game colors also means that we're gonna have Hera for option 1. And on top of that, we're gonna have Winchester for option 2, and you have 5 minutes to get your predictions going. In the meanwhile, we'll talk about the civilizations. As Hera, he's playing with Bulgarians, which means he gets free militia line upgrades. On top of that, we're gonna have for the bull player access to Krepos, discount, a 50% food discount on blacksmith and siege workshop upgrades, as well as for the team bonus. They also get a 50% stone discount on TCs, and then for the team bonus, finally they have 80% faster working blacksmiths, which can be quite useful, of course, at times. So taking a look at the map generation for the bull player. Give me a second. Let's zoom out a little bit more. What do we get over here? So starting with Hera, he's got the TC right next to a pond, which is very good and much better compared to some of the previous 4 leagues that I have seen before. It seems like it's much more consistent for both these guys. And yeah, we'll see for Mr. Hera. 1 goal on the back. Fantastic. He's got the main stone forward. And then we have a secondary goal on the right hand side and the secondary stone over here on the left hand side towards the south. Berries are forward. I don't think that's going to matter too much. We could potentially see him go for some walls like this because they are so close to the corners. It shouldn't be too difficult to secure these resources, right? So even connecting the wood to the house, and then yeah, connecting the walls over here as well shouldn't be too difficult. Potentially just completely wall himself off as opposed to just going for the walls towards the TC, and he would end up securing 1, 2 golds. And that'd be about it. The woodlands actually wouldn't be safe necessarily, at the very least not against archer type units. But anyway, yeah, do let me know if the sound's good. It should be alright, I think. But anyway, oh, you know what? I think I got an idea. I'm gonna try something else, but I think that's going to be for a different stream though, because the idea that I have right now is going to require me to take a look at the sound configuration quite a bit. So anyway, taking a look at Winchester instead, he's playing with Mongols, which means he gets 40% faster working hunters, which usually allows you to go up to the next stage a little bit faster. On top of that, we also have for Winchester 30% extra HP on light cavalry, hussar, and step lancer line units, while for the team bonus, they get 2 extra line of sight on scout line units. They also have 25% faster attacking cavalry archer type units. I'm not really sure if I mentioned that one, but if we take a look at the red player's map generation, he's already going for a stable as the players are already getting to the fuel age, and he's going there faster because of what we just discussed. And you could potentially go for some walls, like from here to here, here to here. Just connect dots, right? And very similarly to Hera, he wouldn't really be able to secure any of the wall lines, but he would be able to secure this gold, and 2 stones, though. Compared to the map from Hera, this is looking a little bit better, mainly because of the stones. Both guys would eventually be able to secure the water, right? Once they get the walls completely up. Oh! Scout goes down for Hera over here. Winchester gets the trade. It's gonna be left on 5 HP, actually. That is pretty good. So he ended up taking 1, or getting 1 extra, landing 1 extra hit against Hera Scout. Blacksmith on the way. And here come the scouts. Winchester's already with 3 scouts out. He's got the OG. Oh, and there's the villager out in the open! Hera was trying to go and get a dock up over here. Now he might actually end up Well, very good unit control over there from Winchester. Wow, and Hera's quick walls just in time. Prevent the villager from going down, and now we'll see that Hera does end up coming out on top over here with the sky fight. Although, Winchester's gonna try to get it to the top of the hill as well. Not gonna be able to, as Hera's paying attention too. And overall, it's a 1-for-1 overall KD with 2-2 kills to death ratio for both these guys. There we are. Hera's continuing towards the right hand side to try and get the duck. I'm fairly surprised that Winchester didn't try to send the villager over the right hand side as well. I guess he was probably just banking on actually being able to take the villager down, and he's going after her. He's got 3 scouts over here. He's got to be careful. One of these scouts is only 1 hit by a spearman away from going down completely. And Hera, I think Hera's HP pool is actually higher compared to Winchester, but Winchester is bringing the 5th scout over there. Now the spearman goes down. And the HP pool is very similar between both these guys, but the counter, the unit count is right now the same. Hera brings yet another scout, and in the end, he manages to get the dock up over here. So what does Winchester do? Well, I don't think it's likely he'll be able to destroy this and take the villager down. Instead, he's sending a villager over the left-hand side, and he's trying to get this up instead.
Приказания. Да. Приказания.
There we go. So far, so good. Both players really even. Winchester, a much stronger economy though. This comes from the faster working hunters. He's managed to get extra units out. He's managed to collect more resources, and he's gonna be very well on his way to the castle in just 1 moment. Meanwhile, Hera, not so much. He does have 6 scouts over here. We know what it's like for Hera, right? There we are. Nice scout snipe over here. Hera's gonna have to bail anyway. Not much he can do over here, and Winchester already brought the villager back that he had sent over. Oh no! He's got a villager up in the north that he had sent over to get the dock over there. So Hera could potentially go and find the Vil. Meanwhile, over here, Winchester once again engages against the spearman and ends up losing the scout this time around. And Hera's on his way to the castle age as well. Winchester did manage to click up significantly earlier though, so we have a minute and 11 seconds or so of a head start to the castle age for Winchester, and that can make a big difference. Second stable is on the way for Hera, and he's going for bloodlines, but Winchester already has it, and he's got 5 scouts left. This could soon become like cavalry for the red player. There we go. Now the spearman goes down, and no light cavalry upgrade, just step lancers from Winchester. Step lancers are fashionable again, guys. Everyone's making use of these. Winchester will just send those forward and focus on spearman to defend himself. And it should be fine. The wall's coming up over here, but if he commits to this, he's going to lose the villager, so he needs to wall the villager in. And Winchester, he's not paying attention! So that villager's going down. He was paying attention up in the north instead. And the villager crumbled down the south from Winchester. And up in the north, we have the scouts over here. We have the step lancers. He'll try to knock the door down, and Hera, he is paying attention. So there we are. Beautiful. Here comes Winchester. It's got a lot of extra units compared to what Hera's managed to get up. Given the very short time that Hera's had to work with in the castle age. So Winchester's looking strong over here. He's going to clean up the knight over there. With double lines attacking from the step lancers. Fantastic. There we go. Yeah, and the villagers going down. 2 villagers going down over there. It's going right after the wood line. And the quick wall's coming up for Hera just in time. But it's not going to be enough, though. As the step lancers once again attacking double lines. And managed to get one of the palisades down. 2 villagers crumble over here. Now Hera is completely exposed. The villagers are going down over there. He's got some knights over here, but it's not going to change the fact that he's already taking a lot of damage. If you take a look at the military count and the worker count, Winchester's looking better. And even if Hera is able to claim him up over here, we're gonna have a second wave of units coming up from Winchester very soon. He's got only 4 out of 13 military units in front. And the rest, he's trying to mass them up again to go for a second wave. Right now, given the fact Winchester cannot really do much of anything against the military units, just gonna try to fish for a weak villager or try to trade for vills. Yeah, in the end, Hera manages to get ahead in military count, but he stays behind in worker count by a lot. 12 extra workers right now for Winchester. Despite the fact that Hera has actually gone for 5 extra fishing ships, Winchester managed to do so much damage that it doesn't really change anything. There we go. Oh! Poop Lord! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. I hope you all guys had fun. I hope you had a great stream. You're coming in just to see Winchester's villager die over here. Potentially another one going down, but he does pay attention. And yeah, we are casting the semifinals already of Warlords. And on the left hand side, there's a big engagement over here. Winchester is still committed to the step lancers over here. Remember that they do get 30% extra HP for the civilization, but it seems like again it's not going to be enough. It's insufficient against the knights, as they are so much stronger from Hera. Winchester's trying to bank on the TCs over here to garrison them and provide the extra oomph that he needs to defend himself successfully against these knights. And Hera's just committing to full knight production. Take a look at that triple stable production from Hera. And Winchester, this will be the time, man, to start going for camels. You can go for it. And Hera's not been going for pikemen at all, and he just keeps on committing to the step lancers, which are not strong enough against knights specifically. What did I miss? Not too much. This is game number 1 in the first semi-final, the first series of the day. So you haven't really missed too much. Here you go. Beautiful. The villagers going down over here from Winchester will allow Hera to equalize. It has just been kind of a stubborn play over here from Winchester to stick to step lancers for so long when he was under pressure by knights. Now he's finally making a play for camels and might be able to stabilize. But you take a look at the military count over here. Hera's still looking stronger. If you take a look also at the worker count, Winchester is barely ahead by 1 villager, and Hera's been able to get 21 villagers while losing 14 actually himself only. So it's going to be a 3-2 Eco KD for Hera. A little bit higher than that right now even. And this is just remarkable. This is a player who doesn't even have stirrups right now. And Hera's been able to do so much damage. He's finally getting the second TC up. And Winchester, if he stabilizes over here, he'll start pulling ahead in economy once again in Hera. Well, Hera's gonna be in a world of trouble. We'll see a 4TC coming up for Winchester on the right hand side. If Hera's unable to suppress Winchester and take the game sometime soon, the red player is going to have a civilization that scales so much better compared to Hera's. So what is the blue player going to do if he's unable to take the game right away? We'll see. Options are not too many. Beautiful. Left hand side. Winchester gets cleaned up. He needs chain bar than armor. Hera's got +2/+2 already. Meanwhile, the red player is only on +1/+1. For the camels against knights is very important. Hera's already been able to take the dock down the south and thus idle the fishing ships from Winchester. Winchester's not going for a dock just yet. Meanwhile, up in the north, that's going to be a lot of extra economy idle from Winchester when these fishing ships are unable to go any further forward. There we go. Man, Hera just keeps on going over here, you know? Because of the lack of upgrades, Winchester's taking a little bit longer than he probably needed to keep on defending. And Hera's not done attacking, by the way. He's just gonna keep on going. You take a look at the minimap, and you'll see the villagers coming over from Hera as well. It's gonna try to get a Crepos up. He's got the foundation already. Sort of close to the TC, but not within range. Oh, so he's going for this one next to the wood line instead. Where is Winchester going to get wood from, if not from here? He's got the wood line on the left hand side. He's got almost enough resources to get a castle up himself as well. But then he's got wood over here on the right hand side, behind the TC, so it's gonna be fine. I guess Hera could try and make a play for the TC now with the knights. So he's coming over, and Winchester's trying to get the castle up over here. He's got 11 camels, but they are completely out of position. Meanwhile, Hera's gonna surround the TC already with the knights. Taking it down in a moment as Winchester's coming over to defend himself with some of the units he's got. Not all of these are in the right position, so those camels will get cleaned up. And now as Winchester's bringing the additional camels over that he needed to get here from the get-go, Hera will still have a stronger military, so he will clean these up. He will take a bunch of villagers down. Won't be able to deny the castle. The castle is coming up, but it's coming up at a great price as Winchester is losing a lot of villagers trying to get this. Here we go. He's fletching and blocking arrow. That'd be great. Ideally, he wants to get chain bar than armor as well, so he needs to get attack for the castles, the range, attack for the TC as well, and defense for the camels, man, because they are just not really holding on too well. Fletching is coming up now, so Winchester's got it. And there we go. This is some villagers go down from Winchester. Fantastic. And thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome you guys. I wonder if we have anyone during the stream for the first time today. I would imagine that probably was the case with a lot of players yesterday, with a lot of viewers actually yesterday. because of Thanksgiving, resulting in streamers like Dave, T90, or Lou, T-West not being live. Maybe we had some new people, but for the most part, I'm not really sure what to expect in that regard. 4th and VTC are on the way now for Hera as well, up in the north, and he's been able to catch up in worker count against Winchester. And the military count still looking better for the Bull player. But if Winchester is able to stabilize over here once again, if he's able to hold on a little bit longer, it wouldn't be too bad. Once again, still without chain bar and armor, he cannot really do too much. Now he's got the castle at the very least. No balking arrow. He's got fletching. And he will push these knights away. He's gotta be careful. He's gotta stay always within range of the DC or the castle, or at the very least the monks. But yeah, Winchester's able to hold on over here. Once it gets to 120, 130 villagers or so, should be in a pretty good spot, assuming that he can go for at the very least 2 more castles, which he will need to get Mangodai out. Let's take a look. There's a Krepos coming up on the left-hand side for Hera. And Winchester should be able to go for a defensive castle himself. He could potentially delete the house over here and get a castle up over there. But he won't do it. So let's take a look at this though. That's a lot of camels coming over, trying to target the villagers right away. 2 villages going down already from Hera. A lot of camels from Winchester. And Hera gets pushed away over here, ends up losing a bunch of villages as well. So far, the Bull player has dominated in Eco KD. And while Winchester might be able to push Hera's units off over here, now Hera's coming to the back of Winchester's base. And this is just unstoppable push from Hera. It's completely swarming Winchester's economy. The red player struggles to get enough camels out over here. He falls behind in worker count for the first time in a while. An extra villager for Hera, and now Winchester's trying to bring the units back. He's gonna get the second castle up on the left-hand side. Still, definitely we need to see at the very least a 3rd castle, and ideally, once he gets to 120, 130 villagers, he's gonna be in a good position to go up to the Imperial Age. He'll need to keep on defending, of course, as Hera is not the one to stop putting pressure up. Castle on the way for the Bull player up in the north as well. Winchester will show Hera in this game that he's not the one to give up easily. He's been in a world of pain. He's taking so much damage, Winchester, that is, that I think most people in this situation would most likely have just died to Hera's pressure, but Winchester is in a pretty good spot. Total resources? Yeah, sure. There we go. It's much higher for Hera. Because of this, check it out. The gather economy time. Hera managed to get over 2 hours and 10 minutes of extra gather economy time compared to Winchester. Gonna be the first player to go up to the Imperial Age, although Winchester is not falling behind by too much. There we go. Nice conversions. Beautiful conversions from Winchester. He was trying to get the Krepos down with camels. He will end up clearing up all the units from here over here. The Bull player brought over. And the Krepos is going down. And just like that, Winchester gets a lead. Military count. And he's gotten to 130 plus villages, which is already a good economy if he can get elite Mangodai. If he can get, you know, Parthian tactics, bracer. Ideally, paddle and leather archer armor, thumb ring, as well as husbandry if he doesn't have it yet. He should be left in a pretty good spot over here for sure. And Hera, well, Hera gonna really use the Krepos over here to keep on protecting his knights, so he's just going to bring these back and try to get some damage. Cannot really do it. And Winchester's got the monks over there, so Hera bails. But the game is about to get a lot more interesting. Hera, it's got a lot of extra knights coming out right now, producing from 5 stables. Out of a total of 5 stables, so he's producing from everywhere he can. Winchester, on the other hand, he's just going for extra villagers once again. He's got The Imperial Age still about a minute away. While Hera's just going for Cavalier already. Cavalier and plate bar than our Winchester. He needs to get a good amount of camels, man. He needs a good amount of camels, and he needs to get chain bar than armor. Without +2/+2, those camels are, I mean, it's not like they are going to last particularly long against Cavalier anyway. But you gotta maximize your chances in Winchester. Winchester's got only 13 camels right now, 5 Mangudai, and 2 measly knights, or monks, sorry, to convert the knights. So Grippos goes down, yes. Or gets pushed away. Here we go. Hey, good attitude. Hi, welcome. I hope you're doing alright. Trebuchet trying to get a castle down. Some villagers going down over here. Yes, Winchester is willing to sacrifice some of his economy in order to get the heavy camel upgrade first, as opposed to engaging against the Cavalier right away. Now the Mango, they take the Trebuchet down. We see a Krepos coming up from Hera forward, and this is a turning point in the game. Winchester is about to finish researching heavy camels, against which nothing from Hera is going to work. The Cavalier, not gonna work. Even with stirrups, which I'm not really sure Hera's gone for yet. Against Elite Mangudai with full upgrades, Hera doesn't really have anything to fight that with whatsoever. So it's gonna take some time. We know how expensive it is to get to that point for Winchester, but hey, it's getting to 200 population. He's overboomed quite a bit though. 165 villagers, and Hera even with 154 villagers. They are both significantly more economy than what they need over here, and they're not really going to have the population space to keep on going for more units. But now Winchester, as he loses units, he's struggling to prioritize which unit to go for next. He's going for the most part just for heavy camels and not too much for Mangudai, which I think he needs more of. He needs more Mangudai. But it makes sense because the camels right now, they already have the upgrades, right? He already has chain bar than armor. He's finally gone for it. He already has heavy camels. Meanwhile, the Mangudai, he still has not gotten elite Mangudai yet. Infantry conning might not do quite as bad. I don't think so. I think the Mangudai are just going to destroy everything. Infantry will work against melee units, perhaps, once you get the gains for 5 extra melee armor, but obviously you wouldn't want to fight infantry with camels, and Winchester has a bulletproof army over here, or he's going to find himself a bulletproof army if he manages to get enough Mangudai out, and if he gets all the upgrades. But it's been a big struggle. He's got the heavy camels over here. Still will be good enough to defend against the Hussar for sure. The castle's going down. He doesn't have enough time to go out. There's neither Trebuchets anymore. Very similar population for both these guys. Military count is higher for Hera though. Winchester will push Hera away, but the blue player is putting so much pressure. How much gold is available around Winchester's side of the map? He's got this one on the left-hand side he's collecting from, which is going to have about 2,300 left in it. And then this one on the right-hand side is going to have a little bit more, 2,000 as well, 2,400. So it's going to be 48 or 4,700. Meanwhile, Hera, if he is unable to get one of the golds from Winchester, is going to run out of gold himself very soon. For the most part, it doesn't seem to matter too much because it's already making a transition to Hussar. So Winchester, if he can just keep camel production over here, should be able to take on Hera's units. But he needs something to snipe the Trebuchets with. He needs something to take the Krepos down with, because Hera's momentum over here is supported by the fortifications by the siege. And Winchester, he cannot keep on going anymore as he calls it GG. Hera takes game number 1 to get himself the lead in the series over here. And that was a great game. That was an absolutely fantastic game. Yes. A very strong Hazard spam was coming out from Hera, and we know how deadly the Canadian player is in the later stages of the game in these situations. So well done. Let's go and take a look at the achievements. We'll see for military. Better than 11 to, actually a little bit less than 11 to 10k ratio for Hera, but still pretty good. For economy, we have a stronger economy for Hera. By a lot. By a lot. Actually 16,000 extra, close to 16,000 extra resources. The society finally is going to reveal a higher villager max count for Winchester, although he was also the one to lose the most villagers on 101 villager losses versus only 29. Well done. And there we go. Let's switch Winchester over to the red color once again. This Bedouins. It's gonna be a nomad type map, whereby the players will begin with no TC and just the villagers try and find a good position to build a TC. Enough resources and the villagers try and find a good position and get the TC up. So I am pretty sure Hera knows about Winchester's TC location. I am not sure if Winchester knows about Hera's location. He doesn't, and that is so unlucky for Winchester because he actually got very close to it, but by a few tiles he kind of missed it. This is gonna make a big difference, of course. You know? I love it to capture it, to also disable sounds from things that are beyond the line of sight of a player. Check this out. So then when the units come in into the line of sight, all of a sudden you can hear them. That's something I feel like I gotta try and make better use of as well. Seems like it could be very interesting. Check on the player's point of view a little bit more frequently. But anyway, we'll enable predictions for game number 2 as well. For 5 minutes, you're going to be able to use your channel points to predict who you think is going to win. As usual, we're going to leave the options the same. But yeah, for 5 minutes from now on, you have the possibility of predicting, alright? Taking a look at Hera playing with Berbers. He's got 10% faster moving villagers. Besides that, we'll also see for Berbers, 15 and 20% discount on stable unit production in the Castle and Imperial Ages respectively, while for the team bonus, Berbers will also have access to Genie Tours. For Winchester, playing with Aztecs instead, he's gonna have villagers that can carry 3 extra resources per trip. He gets, in addition to that, 11% faster training military units except for monks, but monks get 5 extra HP per each military technology, that actually each monastery technology that they research. While for the team bonus, it's gonna be 33% faster gold income from relics. Does this make sense? Finch lost with Cav Heavy Civilization and Sworn Off Cavalry. Hero won and goes for more cavalry. Yeah, well, it's Aztecs are still a very strong civilization no matter what. So like Winchester cannot necessarily go wrong with this one. But it's very interesting, you know. Usually in Nomad Star maps you see something different, but because this is different compared to standard Nomad, right? You have all the fishing over here. Civilizations such as Aztecs make sense because you're gonna be saving on some walking time as well. You're gonna have a strong economy. And Hera actually manages to beat Winchester to the fuel age. He's gonna be there about, what is that? 10 seconds faster, just a tiny bit. I think got the TC up a little bit sooner, right? Because Winchester's got only 2 additional seconds of idle TC time, and we have the same worker count for both these guys, so I think it was just a matter of Winchester clicking up, or actually getting the TC up, sorry, a little bit later, so not being able to click up quite as fast, but it's fine. Winchester's got, and let's switch the position on the scoreboard, because Winchester's on the right hand side. I keep getting confused over here, so he's got the militia's coming out already, while Hera. Yeah, Hera's just gotten the second board. That is something that I noticed. I don't think Winchester had any boards at hand, right? At the very least, not any that he can see. You can see this one down the south, but he's just going to collect from fish. It makes sense. Fish is a very fast source of food for them. Here come the militias though. Hera's going for his own barracks. He gets the quick walls up on the wood line. And Winchester is 5 seconds away from the fuel H. Meanwhile, Hera's there already. And he's got a barracks, but he's not gone for any military units. Love to see the outpost over here from Winchester as well. He's got an archer range coming up. Meanwhile, Hera doesn't really have too much vision. But he spots the tower from Winchester. How good is this for Hera now? Is he going to react though to this? Because no, I think he's not going to react. But then, how much fish do we have over here left? Only a single fish. I guess it's not the worst. He can bring the villagers back to the TC. Can bring the villagers over the left hand side. Try to collect from here, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Hera realized now. As the tower comes up over here from Winchester, he pushes the blue player away from one of the pawns. And if we take a look at the line of sight from Winchester, he still doesn't know where the TC is technically, as he doesn't have vision of it, but he should know. He should have a pretty good idea of where it's located. There we are. Left hand side. Hera is getting an archer range up. Meanwhile, Winchester already has 2 archers. He's coming forward. He's going to keep all the army together, which I love to see as well. It's a little bit less effective than splitting your army up and trying to deny additional resources, but it's a lot easier to defend. Because if you're not, especially on a map that is so hectic like this one, if you're not really going to be able to pay attention at all times to your military, especially if you have several smaller groups, right, you can get picked up pretty easily. Like, Hera could take the archers alone with these scouts pretty easily. So Winchester's going to keep spearmen around the archers, going to keep the militias around the archers too. It's going to be an army that's too strong for Hera to counter over here initially, until he eventually gets either more archers or some skirmishers out as well. Just trying to get any damage he can done. He's going after the lumber camp, and we'll see a village go down over here as Winchester could not save this one. That's gonna be first blood, guys. The first unit going down in the game. 11 minutes and 20 seconds into it. Fantastic.
Azul. Like Warlords.
Here we are. Beautiful. The units get completely wiped out from Winchester. Here I managed to get enough units out to hold on and wipe those units off from Winchester. Now, well, the red player is going to have to play defensive. We have the skirmishers I was expecting to see from Hera. Yes, we have the scouts over here. There's a very strong army composition. Not the strongest you can get, but very strong, and definitely stronger compared to anything that Winchester's got access to right now. As the red player is only on spearmen and archers to defend himself, but it's not going to suffice so long as Hera plays his cards right. Should be able to take on whatever army Winchester's got currently available. So Winchester is going to decide to go for defensive towers instead. And I love this. This tower is going to defend the pond. It's going to defend the gold as well. And Hera won't really be able to get any damage done. The only thing that I would love to see from, or maybe that Hera would benefit from, would be going perhaps for a tower around here, right? But Winchester would realize about it because it's got the outpost already, so you can see beyond the wool line pretty easily. Fortune's coming up now for Hera. we are. Hera's fishing for villagers in Winchester. He's just been trying to play defensive over here, not been investing too heavily into military units. He just wants to click up to the castle age. And both these players will have enough resource to click up very soon, with Winchester beating Hera to the punch just by a few seconds. Doesn't mean that he's going to click up sooner, but he does. Just only about 7 seconds faster for Winchester though. So he's beating Hera to the castle age by about the same margin that Hera beat him to the field age. It's remarkable the fact that Winchester was able to keep up with worker count over here and still be able to click up faster, despite the fact that he is the only player who lost a villager so far. I think that might have been Town Watch, perhaps? Oh yeah, that's Town Watch for sure. Otherwise, Hera will be ahead by 1. Take a look at the map, guys. Come on. Everything is contained within a, what is that? A 30 tile radius? Perhaps even less than that, 20 tile radius. Amazing. Winchester's coming over with the archers. Already managed to get enough over here to hold on against scouts on their own. Not so much against the skirmishers, so he's got to be careful still. Isn't that pushing Hera away?
Okay.
But still, the game is pretty darn close. It's amazing to see both these players. You know, Winchester is a player who's been on the rise for a while. If you guys remember from the Wooly days, Winchester was not quite on par with the rest of the gang over here. It was kind of the same situation for Hera as well. He was very strong, but he struggled to take an MBL consistently. For instance, he would pretty much always lose against the top players, Mr. Yo, the Viper, right? Evened out. And now, both these guys are in an S-tier semi-final already, fighting a spot up for the grand finals, and they're looking so good. And Winchester's improvement the last few years has just been remarkable. Hera was already ahead compared to Winchester before, and he kind of managed to keep on his lead after D came up, but Winchester seems to be kind of very, very close away on arms reach, within arm's reach of Hera, who I would still consider to be the stronger player, but just by a very small amount. And to be honest, you know, with these very large map pools, I would say probably Winchester would benefit from this a little bit more so compared to Hera. And so far, the Bull player has proven it's not necessarily just a one-trick pony Arabia player at all. He's taking 4 legs already, and he's actually holding pretty alright on Bedouins. Sanity's coming up now for Winchester as well, and Hera's gonna go for Knights. Knights worked last time around, so he's gonna try to make use of them again. He's gotta be careful though. This time around it's gonna be against Aztec monks. And Aztec monks do not like the Knights too much. Do not like the different color Knights. They're just going to convert them over. Show them what's right. So we take a look at this, and the Knights are over there taking a village down. 2 villagers down, yes sir. But now the monks are coming over, trying to get the conversions, and we'll see 2 conversions connect. 1 for sure, and both conversions connect, and that's already going to be cost effective. Winchester just takes the Knights away and brings extra monks over. He's got 2 over here still to use. The one he collected the relic with, and this one he had inside the monastery, although his reaction time was a little bit too slow over there. Hera does end up pushing the monks over there, and we see the conversion over there though. Still, and Winchester saves the monks and gets the conversions. That was so well played from the red player. Well done. Now Hera gets pushed away from here. Slowly but surely, Winchester's army over here has got the potential to convert a bunch of Hera's military and add the units to his ranks. So we see a nice trap over there from Winchester as Hera is getting targeted, and he's getting another knight converted. What is going on? Hera is getting completely clapped over here. We have 5 conversions so far from Winchester. 2 monks have gone down only, so very, very cost efficient. Now we'll see if the red player realizes about the knights over here. Doesn't seem like he's going to do it on time, so he will end up losing the monks. And Hera does end up managing to catch up a little bit over there for value traded. Beautiful. There we go. Winchester's bringing the knights back so far. He's managed to convert 6. He's building an army for himself out of Hera's units. And how good is this? More conversions coming up over here. Not gonna connect though. This one up in the north. That was the 2nd monastery for Winchester. By the way, he's managed to collect 2 relics so far. The worker count's higher for Hera. Winchester with both those relics will have not quite as much as 3 villagers worth of economy with the relics alone. But it's pretty good still. And this raid on the left-hand side, though, coming in from Winchester, taking on Hera's villagers. A lot of the units are going down, and yes, sir. Finch, he's got to pay attention over here. Do not engage. He doesn't need to. He needs to go back and keep on using his monks to keep on expanding on his knight army. Castle's coming out for Hera, yes. And Winchester does not have anywhere near enough resource to go for a castle of his own. But he has already been expanding his economy. He's got the 2nd TC back with access to gold, and he's got a 3rd TC further back as well with access to stone, so he's gonna be fine even if he gets pushed away from this gold. It's okay. It's just going to be a little bit rougher to keep on going for more monks for the red player, but as long as he out-garrisons these from the right-hand side, it's gonna be okay. In any case, Winchester's economy is looking so much stronger compared to Hera. And all this while still being able to hold on. Let's get Town Watch coming out now finally, which I think he might have benefited from a lot earlier given the mobility of Hera's units. And take a look at this. This is what I was talking about earlier, you see? Winchester doesn't really have vision of the units from Hera right now. And Hera's roaming around now with Town Watch. That helps a little bit, and now he sees the units coming out from down the south. As Hera's trying to bait Winchester's attention down the south, he's going to strike up in the north, and now Winchester sees the units coming in, but he does pay attention, so we see the conversions coming up, and it's going to be end up converting 1 knight only out of 3 potential conversions. And then up in the north, we see the raids coming up from Winchester again, and he's doing such a great job. The knight army from Winchester has been getting so many villagers down already so far this game. How much? Let's actually take a look at that. So we have 9 knights from Winchester, 8 now, and he's gotten 15 villagers with those units so far. 15 eco units, or at the very least, that's going to be the counter for these knights. But some of those villagers went down when they were still under Hera's control, so it's not going to check out for the EKV necessarily. Unfortunately. Standard Aztec knight raids? Yes. Yes. We'll see another conversion connect over there. 9 knights for Winchester still. Hera's on 12 knights. Winchester was very close from having enough resource to go up to the Imperial, which in the end is just going to end up giving more villagers, and now he's getting ahead in work count, so as long as he keeps on playing his cards right over here, so long as he keeps on getting the conversions, he should be in a pretty good spot. And we're gonna see another conversion come up over here. Yes. This knight's getting converted again, and Hera's struggling to keep up with all the conversions coming up at all times. Up in the north though, Winchester took a very unfavorable trade. We see a lot of units from the red player dead, and not a whole lot of units, you know, for the blue player to speak of, just the one over there. It's not ideal. Winchester, once again, is missing almost enough resource to click up to the Imperial Age, so this is going to be very good. He's been relying on monks for the most part. Hera's gonna start making a play for Camel Archers now. He's got Herbal Medicine. Stop the press, everyone! Game's over. Hera's taking the championships, getting Herbal Medicine. We have seen this upgrade, what, 2 times in the whole tournament? He's getting it, and he can use it right now. He's resetting the HP of his units, and it's a very valuable upgrade once you are actually able to make use of it, but it's interesting nonetheless.
Heck.
Castle's coming up for Winchester. We'll see some trebs come out very soon, and Hera doesn't have anywhere near enough resources to go up to the Imperial Age. Take a look at the gather economy time so far. It's higher for Hera. It's higher for Hera, but Winchester's been getting the most cost-effective trades. Amazing to see. One knight over here raiding as well. We'll end up getting another villager down, most likely. There we go. Hey, C-Deep! Anyone on Twitch casting Double Cup? I'm not really sure. You would be better off taking a look at the spectator dashboard. If you do exclamation mark dashboard, you'll see who is casting that, if anybody is doing it. However, I will be casting Double Cup 3 matches from this weekend on Monday. We are prioritizing Warlords because it's an S-tier tournament, but we'll be providing coverage for 100% of the Double Cup 3, such as, you know, as we have been doing already. Just going to be on Monday using record the games. Interestingly enough, it's actually the semifinals of both these tournaments taking place at about the same time. Here we go, Imperial is here for Winchester. Man, and Hera's gotta feel it to his bones. The chills. As Winchester is bound to start pumping trips. Hey, there we go. Blackadder is streaming. Thank you, the Geronimo. Blackadder's done a really good job providing coverage for many tournaments himself as well. So, big shout out to him, guys. Go in and check his channel if you're interested in watching some Double Cup 3. He's casting it right now. Blackadder Plays, I believe, is his Twitch tag, right? If anybody wants to share a link in the chat as well, you're more than welcome to do so too. In the north. Here it's got some knights over here still. And we see Winchester just commit to full monks. He's got Theocracy coming up and Illumination. Both upgrades will make the monks significantly easier to use. A Theocracy utilizes a single monk's fate for group conversions. Although he's not finished researching it yet, he doesn't have those in many other monks over here, so he'll handle a single conversion with them. And Illumination, of course, is going to make the monk fate regeneration faster. Nice raid still coming out from Winchester, and Hera doesn't seem to be anywhere near having enough resources to go out to the Imperial Age whatsoever. He's gonna try to get ballistics. He's going for a university in the middle of nowhere. But it's not like it matters. Just need to get it up. Hera cleans Winchester's units up. Winchester took the castle down from Hera at the center. He's going after the TC now. He's got a castle coming up right next to the TC, right next to the stables, where it hurts for Hera, as the bull player is gonna have to go for extra stables on the back. He does already have more though, so these two are not the only ones. Good thing that he already had this to play with. He's going for light cavalry right now. He's gonna try to make the same play he went for in the previous game. Right now, he's got only light cavalry available to him. See, obviously, without getting to the Imperial Age, won't get access to Hussar whatsoever in Winchester. Winchester is gonna start making a play for Eagle Warriors. And more conversions coming out. The light cavalry over here going up against the monks in the end are going to get converted. The majority of these, though, I think. Will they? Not quite. They do end up taking several of the monks down over here. Even if a few light cavalry get converted, that was more cost effective for Hera for sure. But Winchester's got a third castle on the way. Closer and closer to the heart of Hera's economy. Meanwhile, on the right hand side, a beautiful raid coming up over here from Hera. Once again, with light cavalry alone, it's sufficient for him to get some good damage down over here. And Winchester's trying to keep up over here, but he gonna garrison the villager much more than this. He gonna garrison the TC much more than this. The villagers are already exposed, and then seems that castle's getting denied. Guys, Winchester is crumbling. He was looking so strong once he got to the Imperial Age, but he struggled to transition his army composition away from monks only, and Hera does ends up taking all the monks over here with light cavalry for the most part. As Winchester's population crumbles under 90, and Hera keeps on running around with light cavalry. Chain bar the armors here already. He's roaming around, getting villages down, getting monks down. So cost effective for Hera, and this is just disaster. This is over, guys. There is no way, with all the units we have over here from Hera, the Winchester, he finishes the castle, but there is no way he'll be able to recover from this, right? Take a look at the amount of villagers he's been losing so far. Even just getting the villagers to the castle turns out to be a deadly endeavor for the villagers over there. And there's another castle on the way over here for Winchester, and this is basically his... This is all that he can go for right now. Just try to crush Hera, right? As the blue player doesn't really have siege right now in the castle age to take the castles down. This will secure map control for Winchester, and we'll keep on pushing away. We'll keep on pushing away Hera, but if you take a look at the blue player, you take a look at the minimap, there is so much space still for Hera to keep on moving towards, so it doesn't really seem like Winchester will ever really be able to make the castle play work, unfortunately for him, especially now that Hera is going for his own defensive castle. This is going to function very similarly to a tower rush, where you go for a defensive tower, a preemptive one, to prevent your opponent from going for further towers. That's going to be the case over here with Hera going for the castle. He prevents Winchester from keep on going for extra castles towards the right hand side. At the very least, so long as Winchester is unable to take the castle down with his trebuchet, of course, but so far Hera's been looking great, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Winchester actually be the one to call the GG if Hera gets to the Imperial Age, and he's on his way already, 3 minutes away from it.
But nay.
Down the south, extra stables over here for Hera. Is gonna keep on putting pressure. And here he comes! Here we go. Absolutely fantastic. And it doesn't even seem, you know, like Winchester's paying attention over here too much. He doesn't have garrison on the TC, but he will still end up losing a bunch of villagers, as he cannot really garrison everything. And up in the north, that's gonna be the same situation as well. Winchester's got the TC fully garrisoned over there. Still a bunch of villagers left exposed. And Hera doesn't care about losing the light cavalry over here. Sure, he's going to take the fire from the TC. All he cares is about trading the light cavalry for villagers. And so far, he's been able to do a really good job at that. 160 population for Hera. 86 right now for Winchester. Almost twice the population for Hera. And he's only 50 seconds away from the Imperial Age. So I think this is going to be game over as soon as Hera gets to the Imperial Age. He'll get access to Hussar, which will be so much stronger. Plate bar than armor, which will make the Hussar so much more resilient as well. And then Winchester's monk play is obviously not going to be strong enough. It's not been strong enough for a while already. And we are getting past that, guys. Here is an over twice the population compared to Winchester. Ten seconds away from the Imperial Age. 10 seconds away from the game being over. Imperial Age is here for Hera. Winchester finds himself 2,800 points behind. Soon to be facing Hazard, but will not call the GG just yet. Although it remains unclear what exactly Winchester's plan is to continue playing in this game. He's collecting some of the resources from Hera by stealing the farms next to the castle. That seems to be about it. Well, Winchester's here to show Hera that there is more than one survivor at the top of the ladder over here. It's not just MBL. Although, to be fair, it's been Winchester the one to put the most pressure, for the most part, for the castles. Alright, so it's not like Winchester is being pushed away, but he has been the one definitely to take the most losses so far. You take a look at the KD and it's looking so much better for Hera. Especially given the UNC scat, right? Hazard right now. Lead bar, the number coming up is going to be such cost-effective trades for Hera, for sure, 100%. Here we go. GG's coming out from Winchester. Finally so. As Hera takes game number 2 then, Winchester finds himself on the back foot over here. These maps we have seen so far, Four Lakes and Bedouins, are maps you would probably expect Winchester to have a little bit of an edge over here, and so far, it's not been the case. At the end of the day, we'll see a better KD for Hera. It's going to be approaching 3-2, very close to it. For economy, we have a stronger economy for Hera, collecting about 21,000 extra resources. And then for society, we see a higher society or a villager max count over here for Hera, with the fewest villager losses this game, with 40 villagers going down throughout the game, while Winchester ended up losing 118 villagers. Damn. Well done. And here we are. Welcome everyone then to game number 3. Hera is playing with Koreans down the south, while Winchester is going to be playing with Japanese on the left hand side. And we'll see for the bull player with Koreans, villages with 3 extra line of sight. Besides that, they get 20% faster working stone miners. Free tower upgrades, a 20% wood discount on military units except for siege weapons, and on top of that, free archer armor upgrades. For the team bonus, we'll see the Koreans also get only 1 minimum range for manual line weapons. Winchester playing with Japanese instead will get 5, 10, 15, and 20% faster working fission ships in the Dark, Feudal, Castle, and Imperial Ages. Besides that, we'll see for Winchester Civilization a 50% discount on drop of buildings, twice the HP and plus 2 pierce armor on the fission ships, and 33% faster attacking infantry units starting in the village. So it's very interesting over here. Koreans versus Japanese. This is not a matchup we have seen before, but it's a matchup that I would very much prefer Japanese. And to be honest, I don't know what you think, but I'll give you a chance to say what you think with channel points as we enable predictions for game number 3. Hera so far in the lead, but you cannot really rule out Winchester on these maps, given just how strong and versatile the Russian player is. If I don't report you, would you put Vinch or Hera in green color? Nah. You report me every day, so what is one more spot on the tiger? Is the sound alright, by the way, guys? It should be good. Right now, I'm talking at a very low volume, and it shouldn't sound like I'm talking at a very low volume. And then when I start screaming later on in the game, it's hopefully not going to blast anyone's eardrums off. definitely do let me know, because I don't want this to affect the quality of the sound or the perceived tone of the sound as well. Just want to make sure that just because I am talking very lowly, it doesn't sound like as if I am bored with something. Well, so far the game's been pretty uneventful. We could take a look at the map generation for both these guys for sure. And taking a look at the bull player first, we'll see that he's got one goal in the back, which is great. He's got one goal on the left hand side over here, which is kind of backish. I think ships can still go around here though, right? So we could potentially see this one being denied by Navy units, and the stone is certainly going to be exposed even without the ships getting to this side, because even from here, war galleys will be able to push the villages away from stone. So it's only one really resource that seems to be actually safe for Hera, not counting for the wood line, right? Then on the left hand side, we'll see the Winchester. He's got a... There we go. Woodland safe on the back. This goal seems to be safe, too far away from the shoreline. And then this one seems to be too far away from the shoreline as well. Even if it's forward, even if both these goals are forward, they seem to be so much safer. While the stone over here, the stone is going to be kind of exposed. But in the end, I think I'm liking Winchester's map quite a bit more. And the guys, well, the guys... They are on adjacent corners, so this could result in somebody going around the island and taking significantly longer to get to the other side, to the other player. And as the field agents here ready for Hera, we'll see standard galleys come out. He's got three docks. And then Winchester. He's got 3 docks himself as well, only going for 2 galleys at a time. He's got the 3rd galley at the dab right now. Let's see. And once again, guys, predictions are on. Hera option 1, Winchester option 2. For who takes game number 3. It's only going to be open for about a minute and a half more, so about 90 seconds left. And then it's going to be over. So let's take a look. Where is Winchester going to send his galleys? Hera is already sending his galleys over the left-hand side. And Winchester sending the galleys up in the north. Oh boy, but you know what? Hera's going to show his hand over here, and Winchester will realize about this. And there we go. The galleys are coming over from Hera right now, and Winchester is about to lose a fishing ship over here. It's going to take about a bunch of extra volleys. Hera does end up getting the fishing ships down over there, and Winchester's still going up the north though, but both players went up at about the same time. Winchester should know. There is no way Hera managed to get such a lead to the field H to get the units all the way from the other corner over to his base that quickly. So he should have tried to bring the units back and tried to make a push in the south, but that is not the case. I offer you a new deal. I won't mention Shrek for a month if you put one of them in green color. Ah. You've been mentioning Shrek for so many months. What does one more spot on the tiger do? Can't take it. There we go. Plus, what difference does it make? If I don't read it? Not much of a difference, I guess. There we go. Hera's managed to get enough galleys over here to push Winchester down. So the fire galleys from the red player go down over there. And his galleys finally make it into Hera's side of the map. As you see. But Hera, of course, with the defender's advantage over here, is not going to struggle. There's only 3 galleys over here from Winchester. Yeah, I think there was unfortunately, a misassessment over there from Winchester early. When Hera showed these units from the south, Winchester should have realized, because they were so close. Take a look at that. 12 seconds of a head start Hera had to the village. There is no way in 12 seconds Winchester is only getting the units out and Hera is already getting the units to Winchester's side of the map if Hera is producing units from the opposite corner. So Winchester kind of committed over there, thinking that Hera was sending his units down the south and they were in opposite corners, and then sending his units up in the north was going to be good, but in the end, Hera ends up getting the better end of the deal over here. We're going to see about 5 fishing ships from Winchester not working for a long time. So Hera's economy is stronger, despite the fact that he also kind of lost some fishing ships himself too. It's still looking significantly stronger. And there we go. Here we are. Oh! Villager goes down over there, though. From Winchester. Wait. What is on fire? What? What is that? Yeah, something seems to be on fire on the right-hand side. Around here somewhere. I have no idea. I think that's just a bug. Nice cleanup over here from Winchester. Both players are going out to the castle each. However, Hera will still be the one to get the better trades on water. He is still the one with a stronger navy right now at 16 standard galleys for Winchester. Winchester's got 8 fire galleys. He's got 4 standard galleys. And Hera shouldn't really struggle against this too much. If you take a look, he already has 7 galleys down the south. And then he's bringing galleys up from the north. 8 galleys over here as well. So no matter where he engages against Winchester, he should have a much stronger military to work with. A much stronger navy to clean up the red players' units. Beautiful. Hera's getting pushed away from here, and that shouldn't really happen. But because he's got many of the units out of position over here, he's just trying to take the docks down over here to prevent Winchester from getting any extra units out. And this could actually work out really well. If you take a look, Winchester is trying to go for the docks from here as well, but there's no way Winchester will be able to take these docks down fast enough. While up in the north, Hera's already doing such a great job over here. He's getting the war galley upgrade, so in about 20 seconds, we'll see double player cleaning this up for the most part, I would say. Yeah, there we go. War galley. And these will take it down so much faster. The fire ships over here from Winchester will not do much of anything as he's bringing the units back from down the south. It's a little bit of a struggle for sure. For Winchester, of course, and so long as Hera places cards right over here, and even if this is a very good surround, Hera's units are just as mobile as Winchester, so he'll be able to clean this up pretty easily, right? He should be able to take the fire ships down. There we go. And he keeps on going for more and more war galleys from down the south as well. So that's gonna be the second dock going down already for Mr. Winchester. And he's gonna be left on 2 docks only after he loses that one. Red player is getting kind of surrounded over here, you know? In the end, if Winchester is forced into chasing Hera's units away, then Hera's just going to go back and take advantage of the defender's advantage over here. Meanwhile, with these units, he'll keep on trying to take the docks down. Now, Winchester is also the first player to transport units successfully at the center, though, so he's gonna have a second TC come up over here. Which means if he loses water, he's not necessarily out of the game right away, just yet. But it's still going to hurt quite a lot, of course, given that the majority of his economy, the vast majority of his economy, is still on his starting island. Here we go. So far, so good. Yeah, Hera's position in water is fantastic. So there's only one dog left over here, and Winchester's about to lose it. He's just trying to make a play for the center. Meanwhile, Hera has gone for the transfer ship, and he's got some units coming in here. It's gonna try to go over to the center and potentially go for a TC. Yes. But Winchester's trying to prevent Hera from getting to the center. Notice he's got the scout roaming around. He's got the monks over here roaming around as well. And he will realize about Hera's TC coming up in a moment. Just trying to keep an eye everywhere. Send the monk over there to try and fetch the relic. And if we take a look, he's going to spot the villagers. He can see all the 5 villagers for a moment over there. And he saw it. He saw them. He saw the villagers. Now he's going for a conversion. And this is huge, guys. This is absolutely huge. He gets a villager converted over there. Now we'll see the TC coming out from Hera. You know, and Winchester doesn't really have too many units to fight this off with. So Hera is getting the TC up for sure. And Winchester, well, Winchester was going for siege already, so he's got the 1 mangonel. If he plays the scars right, should be able to... take the TC down pretty quickly. He's got the mangonel over there. He's going to have the hill advantage as well. Extra TC coming out for Hera. Nice. And this mangonel from the hill can definitely, from here, take the TC down. From here, potentially, take this TC down as well. The villagers either getting converted or taken down. And we have the mangonels over here. He doesn't know about the second TC yet, I think. He knows now. He knows about the second TC, so Hera needs to go for a defensive siege workshop. And he's going for one. He's trying to rush it up. And then monks here as well. Hey, Rosa. Hi, hi. How are you doing? Hope everything's going alright. Nice, he's denying this for the time being. The man is coming out in a moment, so long. As Winchester places cards right over here, he should be in a good position. If he pays attention over here, he should know about the siege workshop. He doesn't know about the siege workshop though, so he's probably going to end up getting sucker shot over here and losing one of these guys. There we go. One of the mangonels is going down for sure for Winchester. Still has one left over here. If he pays attention, should be able to prevent losing both, but he's going to end up losing both. He's got another mangonel on the way, but Hera is able to hold on to the center as Winchester struggled to pay attention at all times. And with the towers coming up over here, Hera's got guard towers to defend himself with. So from the left-hand side, Winchester cannot put any more pressure anymore. It's got to be from the north. And even then, it's going to be pretty difficult because Hera's mantle over here. So Winchester clicks up to the Imperial Age. What? He's going out to the Imperial Age, guys. Redemption's on the way now for Vinchester as well. Interesting. It's bringing a bunch of villagers over. It's gonna try and drop a castle right next to Hera's island economy. And once again, I think, you know, just a few knights over here, just transporting a few knights. There is a single TC for Vinchester. And we have 43 villages over here. So there are 38 villagers that actually, not 38, sorry, 28 villagers that won't fit inside the TC. And it could make a huge difference. If you send just about 4 or 5 knights over there, you just end up basically taking the game. What is Vinchester going to do? Just try to bounce back at the center. The players seem to be focusing on getting center control first, as opposed to doing damage back home. But yeah, I'm surprised that nobody has tried at the very least to go for it yet. And nice conversion over there. The scout cover is not going to be strong enough. Now we see the castle over here coming up. Redemption's already here, so Vinchester could try to get the conversion against the mountain. He's gonna try to go for it, and the conversion is going to connect, I think. It connects. Yes, sir. And now we have 2 Mangonels from Vinchester's Hera. He's trying to get the castle up. It's coming up at 83%, but Vinchester, in only 30 seconds, will be in the Imperial Age. So this has been a very interesting game so far. And even though Hera is the one to get full water control at the end of the game, Vinchester is going to be the one getting center control, pushing Hera away from this and preventing Hera from getting access to extra resources, which means the game seems to be pretty much over as Vinchester hits the Imperial Age. Hera does not call the GG just yet, but is definitely gonna be hurting very soon. What is Hera going to do then? He's gonna try and make a play for light cavalry. It's worked in games 1 and 2, so he's gonna try to make it work this time around as well with Koreans. But Koreans do not get bloodlines, so they are not quite as strong, of course. Conversion connects over there. Beautiful. Cats comes up in the end, but of course Vinchester's got the first trebuchet coming out. The second trebuchet is on the way. That means that Hera's castle is going down in a matter of, it's just a matter of time. And yeah. So far, it's looked pretty good. It's looked pretty great for Vinchester at the center. And Hera's going out to the Imperial Age himself as well. Doesn't seem to me like he'll be able to keep the castle up long enough though. Oh, another conversion? Where? Oh, he converted the outpost? Okay. Seems like kind of wasting fate. Yeah, and Trebuchet is already taking on Hera's castle. He's trying to survive over here until he gets to the Imperial Age and he's able to go for his own traps. After all, he would have the hail advantage against Vinchester's castle. But it's been pretty difficult so far, for sure. There we go. This castle seems like it should be going down. Just a matter of time. Vinchester's getting conscription, forging, illumination. He's gonna try and make a play for the water again. This is not something that I am too convinced about. But if he does get water control, at the very least, because of Hera's presence at the center being along the shorelines, Vinchester would be able to take this down with, you know, Galleon. Potentially Cannon Galleon, and down the south. We could see something similar as well with galleons around the islands from Hera. Blue player wouldn't really have too much left to work with, but we'll see. This is going down already from Hera as he gets to the Imperial Age. He's still on the back foot though. Even if the military count is higher for Hera, and even if his economy is a little bit more efficient, it doesn't seem like it's going to make too much of a difference. Oh, fast fire ships coming in for Vinchester instead. Okay. Hera's gonna keep on trying, expanding over to the right hand side where he's got still some space to maneuver around the island. Left hand side. We see some conversions coming out from Winchester over here, but definitely we'll need to see the fast fire ships show up over here before he's able to get water back. Theocracy is about to finish researching for Winchester. Squires as well, he's got Samurai. We see the Samurai coming in. We have just got towers for Hera to defend himself for the most part. This you see is not going to stay out for too long, of course. But Winchester is not making a push with the Samurai just yet. Does he have vision on the right hand side? He knows, yes. He knows this, so he's going for a trebuchet over there. He's gonna take the TC down. He's got the trebuchet. Moving over to take the TC down as well. So Hera cannot even get this one up over here. And Winchester's looking so good. He's looking so great. Castle goes down over there. DC goes down rather from Hera. And now Winchester's ball to the head. Try and take down the crosses over there. Shouldn't really be losing trebuchets to crossbows, to be fair. But they're still in a very good position. Now he's bringing the fast fire ships around. We take a look, and there is only War Galley over here, for Hera has not gone for Galleon just yet. At all. So we're going to need something to kill the Arbalesters. He's got... The Samurai should be enough, honestly, if he gets enough. But he's not really been going for them. He went just for a very small amount and then he kind of gave up on the idea. He's trying to go after the bombard cannons now. Once again, he's got to be careful over there. The Arbalesters are deadly. And then up in the north, we have the Samurai taking on the villagers from Hera. Yes, sir. We have a castle left over here. Remember that Winchester civilization does not get bombard cannon, so he can only rely on the trebuchets. Here we go. Conversion's coming up against the bombard cannons once again. Now he's going after the Arbalesters. He gets the one. Gets automatically picked up by the castle. Yeah, and it seems like Winchester's going to be the one losing this one. One trebuchet only. For sure, for Hera and the bombard cannon, but it's going to be enough damage because of the hail advantage over here. And Winchester's looking stronger still. He's got more military units. He's got a stronger worker count as well, but the castle does go down ultimately. Now we finally have skirmishers coming out from Winchester, which should suffice against the Arbalesters from Hera. As Hera's not paying attention over here. The Arbalesters are going down. A lot of these anyway. We'll see the conversion attempt over there against the bombard cannon. That Hera's trying to get to range the monk, and that is very good unit control from Winchester. He dodges the shots from the Arbalesters, tried to get the conversions over there. He's gotta be careful. In the end, ends up getting cleaned up. And these trebuchets are going down for sure as well. And Hera's still kind of corner of the center island. Winchester seems like he's gotten water control, right? It's just not taking advantage of it too much. Hera still has some war galleys here. And Winchester's not been roaming around at all. He wants to ideally either go for Galleon himself and bring the units over here to take on Hera's economy, or transport some units, as we already stated before. With only one TC on the Southern Islands for these guys, we'll see that Hera's got over here 63 villagers 15 of which he can garrison only, so there are 48 villagers that are still going to be completely exposed. I'm still tweaking my sound settings, so do let me know if there are any issues, but I think it should be fine. Hero's starting to get some control of the center though. He's trying to get some extra map over there. He's starting to pick up some steam, getting some momentum. And it seems like Hera has effectively given up on water now. Winchester's going for a few extra fast fire ships. And this can be good. Remember, if he goes for Cannon Galleon, he can knock Hera out of the line over here by using Cannon Galleon. Can buy himself some extra time at the center as well. So should be in a pretty good spot. There we go. Winchester's moving down the south. Oh! The castle almost gets denied over there by a single bombard cannon shot. Alright. Both these guys have equally upgraded arbalesters. So technically, Winchester could just fight fire with fire and go for his own arbalesters as well. The skirmishers are not going to work as long as Hera's got scouts over here to work with. So I think Winchester's best shot is to just keep on going for arbalesters. Down the south instead, we'll see the fast fire ships still trying to take the docks down, although Winchester doesn't seem to be paying too much attention over there. And send the extra units down the south. And it's still going to be a fight over the center. And it's incredible to see Hera surviving so long over here when Winchester seemed to be taking full center control for quite some time. How can one man be so cool? Easy, just we know. Hey, Fluffy Bunny. How are you doing? Hope everything's going alright. I hope you're looking forward to the sets today. So far, Winchester has still been looking a little bit stronger despite the fact that Hera's gotten a better KD. Winchester will end up getting full water control. As you can see, Hera's not interested in going for any of that, which means that Winchester once again can make a play from water, either with Galleon or Cannon Galleon to take on Hera's buildings. The problem over here is that Winchester has given so much time to the Bull player that even if we got full water control over here, Winchester will only be able to take some of these buildings down with Galleon or Cannon Galleon, and then Hera's already been getting a lot of extra ground over here, so he's got a lot of extra surface area to work with at the center. Winchester, I would say, needed to take advantage of, of this earlier, of the potential for water control earlier, when Hera was still kind of cornered on the right-hand side of the map, because now pushing him away from the right-hand side is not going to do too much. Hera still has extra space over here to keep on building at the center. Just had a lovely dinner. Surely in St. Pierre's armor, war wagons would tank better than the light cavalry. Yeah, I could go for that. Technically, skirmishers, if Winchester. I think it was Hera going for light cavalry against the skirmishers that Winchester was going for originally, but if we were to see war wagons, those wouldn't really work too well against the skirmishers specifically because of the bonus damage. Yeah, and we need more than one castle ideally if he wants to secure a good amount of units. There are two castles coming up for Winchester, one up in the north that Hera doesn't seem to be aware of, then this one down the south that he seems to be aware of. Still have two bombard cannons for the Bull player. He's not really making use of these yet though. Very long game so far, by the way. Elite Samurai is coming up now for Winchester. All right, now we're talking. Let's see. There we go, more conversions coming up. Gets picked up, the monks over there go down right away. Beautiful. Here it starts putting some pressure up in the north, down the south. Winchester is still right over here, holding on to his guns. On the back, we have a fourth castle coming up as well for Winchester. 200 population for the red player. Hera, 168 right now. See that another conversion coming up over there. Now the light cavalry are moving over, and they will take the monk down. Well done. Beautiful. The skirmishes are getting taken down over here by Winchester's Arbalesters. You're not really expecting this to be the way the engagement goes over there. But Winchester was trying to protect the trebuchets over there with the skirmishers from the samurai. And Winchester ends up taking advantage of that moment to clean out the skirmishers for the most part. And he's got Arbalester Samurai coming over here. Doesn't want to fight underneath the castle, but he does so anyway. So the Samurai get cleaned up. Now we have the Light Cavalry over here coming over, as well as the Arbalester and skirmishers from the blue player against the red player's units. Winchester is bringing in another trebuchet, and he loses one over here on the left hand side, but he's got yet another one on the way as well. So it's going to be 2 trebuchets for him, trying to push Hera away. A big problem for Hera very soon is gonna be the lack of gold. If you take a look at the amount of resources available at the center, most of the gold will be favoring Winchester. So Hera calls the GG right there. Yes, sir. As Winchester takes game number 3, a very long one to get the first point in the series. Gonna be still 2-1 in favor of Hera. But yeah, fantastic. Cannon Galley were finally on the way, by the way, from Winchester. Beautiful. Now that he was finally pushing Hera back to the corner. Well done. With Hera not really getting access to these golds safely, he wasn't really able to keep on going for anything other than just like cavalry, right? Skirmishers. So Winchester's Samurai and Arbalester army was going to come out on top. So it makes sense for Hera to call it GG if we go through the achievements. We'll see a better than 11 to 10 kid ratio for Hera for economy. Stronger economy for Winchester, however, by a lot, about 15,000 extra resources. Higher society stats over here, better society stats over here for Winchester for losses anyway. The villager max count was higher for Hera. Doesn't really matter. What matters is overall total amount of villagers produced versus the final villager count at the end of the game, right? And we see that Hera ended up losing 60 villagers, while Winchester ended up losing only 33. Well done. Have he gotten Kataparuto yet? Let me check. Nope. For who wins game number 4 as we are jumping into it, guys. Welcome everyone to Land Madness. The blue player up in the right hand side, up in the northeast, is gonna be playing with Hindustanis. Meanwhile, Winchester is playing with Franks towards the southwest. 5 minutes. For the next 5 minutes, you'll be able to predict who you think is going to win game number 4. Option 1 Hera, option 2 Winchester. And let's talk about the civilizations, potentially the map generation over here as we get deeper into the game. For the blue player first, then, with Hindustanis is going to get 10, 15, 20, and 25% cheaper villagers in the Dark Castle and Imperial Aegis. And on top of that, we'll see for Hindustanis +1/+1 armor. On gunpowder units, as well as 25% faster attacking camel units. And for the team bonus, they get 2 bonus damage against buildings from camel rider units, as well as light cavalry and hussar. Now for the map generation, that is a very interesting one actually for Hera. Take a look at this. If he gets some walls up from here, potentially using that gold towards the DC, and then just something like from here to here, it's not very expensive, and he will be able to secure this wood. He will be able to secure this gold. He will be able to secure this gold as well, right? And potentially even the berries if he goes for the walls behind here. Well, to be honest, even if he utilizes the berries as part of the walls, it's going to be fine anyway, because we're going to see scouts come out for both these guys. Nobody's going to go for archer units, right? So even if you utilize resources as part of the walls, you're going to be safe so long as there are no holes. Now, taking a look at the map generation for Winchester, on the other hand, we'll see that the red player, he's got the main gold forward. And then there is 1 goal over here on the back. That'd be about it, right? No stone whatsoever. And he could go for something similar as well. If he got some walls like from here towards the DC and probably from here around the goal, he'll be able to secure this and the woolen as well. But that'll result in a very small surface area. So most likely we are just going to see some walls from here to here, here to here, and just locally, right? Around every resource he goes for. And ditto for the bull player as well. As much as I'm liking the bull player's map generation over here, he's most likely just going to end up going for something like this as opposed to going for a full wall. Anywho, see the Fuel already on the way for Hera first thing. And Winchester's house, he's going for a house right now. He's going up to the Fuel a little bit later. Didn't really take him too long to react to the housing situation. Only 1 second vital TC time. And he's gonna be up a little bit later, but Hera will be up without loom, right? Yes. Doesn't really change too much. So long as the players pay attention over here, it's unlikely we'll see units come over and take on any villagers before we get to loom. So it's fine. Well, it's going to be fine for Hera anyway. Winchester is kind of putting himself at a villager disadvantage eventually. And Hera's going to pull a villager ahead. At the very least, until he goes for loom, that is. At this point in time, delaying the upgrade is really only going to give Hera a little bit of a faster feudal time. So now, after he gets the stable up, see, there we go. There we are. It's going to put them in a good spot. Beautiful. Here comes Winchester. He's got the second scout already up. Hera, he's got 3 scouts already out. Yeah, and if we take a look, Hera has finally gone for loom, so once again, this only gives him a little bit of a faster uptime. That'll be about it. I am liking Hindustanis over here in this matchup quite a bit. In the past, Franks actually would be a very strong civilization against Indians per se, but now that Hindustanis get so much stronger camels, They get all the defense upgrades. They get 25% higher attack as well, faster attack rather. Camels are actually super, super strong. They can even potentially take on pikemen. So let's take a look. Right now in the village, of course, it's just going to be scouts for both these guys. Can't really go for much of anything else. And Vinchester got an archer range coming up. So it's going to be scouts and skirmishers so that he can take on spearmen and take advantage of the scouts. Meanwhile, Hera is going for the walls around the golds towards the back of his base, and this is beautiful. Then if he goes for a wall on the right hand side as well, that's going to put him in such a good spot. Then Vinchester, he pays attention though. Realizes about the scouts over there, will end up getting the walls up around the wall, but he will still end up taking first blood over here as Hera gets the first kill in this game with the villager going down over there. Vinchester is going to pay the prize. And up in the north, we'll see if Vinchester is able to clutch it up and get a villager kill himself for the time being. Hera is still open on the wood line, but he's got a bunch of spearmen over here. So Vinchester's trying to play around the defenses from Hera, but won't be able to do too much by the looks of it. A nice hit over there from Hera as well. Well done. Left hand side. Yeah, Hera ended up taking a little bit of damage over there with the scouts. In the end, he realizes he's actually outnumbering Vinchester, and Vinchester's bringing the scouts over, but he ends up losing the scout anyway, the first one. And Hera's still looking strong. Here we go. Alright, keeps on roaming around. Fantastic. Vinchester keeps on roaming around. Hera. Here's got Bloodlines right now. Vinchester, of course, does not get Bloodlines. He already gets 20% extra HP. Something we didn't talk about was the Frank Civilization's bonuses in this game. But yeah, they do get 20% extra HP on cover units starting in the village. You most likely know that already. Most likely, almost everyone watching the stream right now is already familiar with that fact. So Vinchester doesn't need to go for Bloodlines in the end. Doesn't need to get the farm upgrades. He gets them for free. Hera. Hera's had to pay for it. He's gotten the Elbit Axe. He's gotten a Horse Collar. Has not gotten yet Wheelbarrow, which Vinchester does already have. And Vinch, very good defense over there. Getting the quick walls up right next to the goal. Fantastic. Hera's gonna be the first player to click up to the Castle Age. In the end, we'll say Hindustan is cheaper villagers, provide him with enough extra resources or savings over here for him to click up significantly earlier, and because he was paying attention back home, trying not to lose any villagers over here, he doesn't end up losing a scout forward, but he's going to keep the villagers alive, right? Well, I'm not really sure. The villagers are there, and we'll see one villager go down. Not quite. Whoa! That was so close. One villager did go down over here to the red player. You can see right next to the male. And then he does end up losing this one in the end as well. And another one over here too. 3 villagers dead already for the red player, but Vinchester's managed to come in though. He's got the archers over here to see that the tower with. He's got the scouts over there as well to potentially even try to batter the tower down. As we see the spearman coming over, he shouldn't be able to get anything done with the archers over there. Vinchester's going to clean the spearman up. He's going to take the villagers down, and this could be a lot of damage against Hera, who's chosen to go up to the castle age. And a lot of villages have gone down over here for Hera as the KD kind of equalizes. And Winchester gets cleaned up over there, but not without getting some good damage done. Remember, he still has Wheelbarrow, so that's gonna be worth about 3 villagers worth of TC working time, or 3 villagers worth of training time from the TC, right? So Hera's going up to the Castle Age earlier, yes, but Winchester's going up to the Castle Age with a stronger economy, although significantly later. From this point onwards, it becomes very difficult though. Once Hera gets to the Castle Age and starts going for camels, it's going to be significantly harder for Winchester to fight that off. Unless going for pikemen himself, of course. And interestingly enough, Hera doesn't seem to be thinking about it too much. He's got stone miners, so he'll be going for extra TCs. And he doesn't really have a second stable, so it seems like it's just going to be economy for Hera, interestingly enough. And Winchester, well, Winchester is gonna get to the Castle Age in about 2 minutes, still taking a long time. Now I would imagine most likely we'll want to go for... Okay, he's got double archer ranges. Now this is kind of confusing. He's going for crossbows. But yeah, I was going to say probably for pikemen. But crossbows make sense as well. Camels still get next to no pierce armor whatsoever. How well would throwing axemen stack up against camels? Just camels? Pretty well. You would need a good amount of the units, but it would be fine, I think. The problem is, of course, production potential. As is often the case with unique units, because you need the castles to produce. And sure, we have a 25% discount on castles for the Franks. But he would need, I would say, at the very least 3 to keep up. Like, Hera would be able to very easily go for cheap stables and just pump the units out. Man, Hera gets another villager. Well done. Hey, Arbase! Welcome back, and thank you so much for the Prime. Give me the money. Give me Bezos bucks. I was about to say it yesterday, I don't remember who. Long game so far? You know it. We are in game number 4 only, and we are already 2.5 hours into the stream, or close to it. And I even started exactly at 16 GMT. So you know the games have been pretty interesting. No money for new microphone settings? Is that so? That's great. I thought I'd missed the first set completely. No, not yet. Not yet. So you noticed the new microphone settings. Do you feel it sounds better? Do you feel it sounds worse? Is it the same? Basically, the volume should be a little bit more consistent. A lot more clear than usual immediately. Wow, okay. That's great. Perfect. Nice! Spearman going down from Winchester. The red player is unable to do too much damage over here, while Hera, as we were expecting, he's just making a play for economy, right? He's got the second and third TCs. Coming up over here, meanwhile Winchester down the south, he's got the second and third TCs on the way as well, but he's so much later to the Castle Age. It's a pretty precarious spot, you could say. There we go, Town Watch is on the way now for Winchester as well. Need Golem? Golem! What did it say Golem over there? Knight's coming over. And the crosses are starting to get very dangerous. For Franks, these are not the best, the most, you know, the better scaling units for the civilization, with only access to bulky narrow and without... Golem can't help you. with only Buck and Arrow and without access to Thumb Ring, without access to Bracer, of course, but doesn't seem to matter too much, I think. Let's take a look. Here we are. Winchester. It's going back. So far dancing around without really being able to do too much against Hera while the Bull player is getting a defensive castle up. He's actually getting away with this eco approach. As Hera pushes the red player away, we'll see Winchester actually go for a 4th DC, interestingly enough. Beautiful. There we go. This is very good unit control for Winchester. He's able to keep up with economy a little bit as well. Seems as if Hera, even if he was able to go up to the Imperial Age earlier, won't really have a massive head start against Winchester. However, once we get there for both these guys, let's take a look at this though. Yeah, good unit control. Conversion's coming out. The comments are over there. Bang! Big shot! And bang! Another huge shot! Hera's Magnus go down swinging. And the crossbows get completely cleaned up. And my lord, that wasn't even close. Now we have some good one coming out for Hera. Doesn't need too many to clean out the remaining crosses over here. And Winchester all of a sudden is in a world of pain. What I'm very curious about though is Hera had almost enough resources to click up to the Imperial Age before now. He ended up spending it in extra units, the Gulam, queuing extra villages as well. So he cannot go up anymore while Winchester was going to be on his way very, very soon. T90 400 viewers? Yeah, I'm not really sure. Is that T90 or is it the Viper? Because I think the Viper is covering some of the games. I would imagine it might be T90 because the Viper is probably going to want to get ready to play, right? Defensive cast is coming up for Winchester. He doesn't have the buildings, although he had the resources to click out to the Imperial Age earlier. Now, once he gets the castle up, he'll be finally on his way up. Beautiful raids with Gulam. With Gollum. Here we are. Winchester is... yeah. Losing a few extra villagers over here. Discussing with Dave and thus I think a lot of T90 viewers prefer the Twitch interface. Right, so I would imagine a lot of the people will be watching Dave's stream then. Most likely. It's been a boon for Dave. T90 left for Facebook. A lot of the people who enjoy the duo, of course, is gonna prefer sticking to Twitch. So it's been really good. I think he's grown his channel quite a lot in the last year or so. There we go. The good one get cleaned up finally. And Winchester is only now on his way to the Imperial Age, and Hera actually managed to beat him. To beat the red player to the Imperial Age. How on earth is this happening? Well, Hera's economy is simply stronger. He's got significantly more villagers. 44 extra villagers. A lot of kills from Hera's raids earlier as well. And gather economy time, of course, and surprising no one, will reveal over 2.5 hours of extra gather economy time for Hera so far. And of course, that's going to keep on growing by the minute. Dave has talked about it. Short term, it was a boon. Long term, he outright said it kills AO2 viewer numbers and does this. Yeah, eventually T90 is going to come back and the Viper are going to come back, I would imagine. I don't really expect anybody to, except probably for the Southeast Asian community and maybe some the Latin American community, to take Facebook gaming seriously for streaming. But yeah, eventually I would imagine T90, the Viper are going to come back. I don't know if they are going to get pushed by YouTube eventually and just go full tour from Mixer to Facebook to YouTube. But even if they were pushed by YouTube, I think that would still leave a much larger audience for them compared to Facebook. Like Facebook, whoever watches there. And I think it's probably even worse than Mixer, because Mixer at the very least it came with a clean slate, while Facebook is already coming with so much baggage and such a poor reputation that nobody wants to make the effort to go over there and, you know, put up with it. Nice, counter rates coming out from Winchester, but not nice enough. We already saw some of the Golem taking villagers down. In the end, they do end up getting cleaned up, but Hera's still gonna be left in a much better position with a much higher military and worker count. Still about 42 extra workers, and it's going for heavy camo right now. It's going for plate, bar, and armor. Of course, we're gonna see Imperial camos come up very soon for Hera. This is an incredibly strong civilization. Can't wait for Twitter streaming. Listen, man, I love the live stream experience on Twitch. I think it's pretty good. I just wish the company wasn't so unfriendly with some of the practices for streamers specifically, but from a viewer perspective, it's going to be pretty hard to beat Twitch. I would imagine once T90 comes back and the Viper comes back as well, since I would assume that they will, then we are going to get pretty good viewership once again, right? Should be the case. By the way, it might kill viewership for live streaming, but I don't think it makes too much of a difference for video impressions on YouTube, for instance. I don't think that matters too much. So yes, you're not going to have quite as many viewers live, but you're going to have just as many, or if not still growing viewership on the bots, I think. I assume that's at least a year. When did they leave, by the way? When was it? I don't even remember anymore. To me, it feels like more than a year already. Hera comes in with the trebuchets, the camels. Last October. So it's been more than a year. It might be 18 months or 2 years then. There we go. DC's going down. So far, he's lost a castle. This castle foundation is already under siege. As the castle comes up, it's going to go down to about half HP already by the trebuchets, and it seems like this one is going down. And Winchester is really struggling to find a good combination to fight Hera off. And we talked about the possibility of throwing Axeman, yes, but that would have required a lot of castles. And Winchester has been struggling. His economy's never been quite as good. He might get a discount on the castles as well, but he's never managed to get too many up. He wouldn't really have been able to sustain production for very long, of course, compared to Hera's economy. Winchester was just going to struggle every time, so Hera is looking stronger. He's got the Imperial Camels coming up right now. Only about 50 seconds left for it. It's gonna fall back to the castle. Try to take the engagement underneath the castle over here. If he just pulls the counter away, they are going to just have the golem left playing against the halberdier over here. So in the end, Hera does end up clearing this up. And even without pulling the camels back, he does still end up clearing out the units from Winchester. And now the red player's got only 9 units left to defend himself with. So he calls a GG. And game number 4 goes in favor of Hera. And game 5 is going to be match point already. Amazing stuff. And we are only 2.5 hours into the stream. I mean, sorry, we are 2.5 hours into the stream with only jumping into game number 5. So if we get a full series over here, this is going to be a long one today, guys. It's going to be a long one. I think for tomorrow's series, the 3rd spot match is going to be a best of 5 as opposed to best of 7, right? Because if we had a full best of 7 before the finals, that might actually be a little bit too late for the European prime time. Hindustanis are hilarious. Their camels counter halberdiers. A little bit. You add a few golem into the mix and it's so hard for you to get an effective trade with halberdier because you just, like, you cannot micro your entire army and just have them target just halberdier, right? So they eventually do end up getting kind of caught up fighting against, or actually the other way around. You cannot select your entire army of halberdier and just have them target camels. So they do end up targeting some of the golem, and of course that goes in favor of the halberdier. So the Hindustanis in favor of the golem. My lord, my English in the last 2 minutes, leaving something to be desired. But anyway, for the achievements, we see a better KD for Hera, approaching 3-2. We're gonna see for economy, we'll see stronger economy for Hera as well, collecting about 13,000 extra resources. And for society, higher villager max count for Hera with 150 versus 124 villagers max. And for total versus current villagers, we see that Winchester throughout the game ended up losing 26 villagers, while Hera ended up losing 28. Interestingly enough. Did it matter? Not really. Hera was always on more than 50% of the villager distribution over here, so his economy was always stronger. Well done. And welcome everyone then to game number 5. Match point already as Hera's ahead. 3-1 against Winchester. Semifinal has not disappointed. We have a lot of action over here. Very long games as well. And yeah, this is Sukacha, right? So you're expecting players to at the very least consider going forward and trying to get some damage done. At the very least trying to lame some hunting or trying to wall some resources in. But so far it's not been the case. Nobody has sent a single villager forward. Now, it might not be the case for much longer as Winchester is sending a villager forward over here. Is going for the elephant too. And yeah, now Hera's gonna collect his own elephant, so we take a look and Winchester already knows where the zebras are. He's bullying the scout away. Well done. Now he's going to try and take the zebras down. Well done. There we go, and he's going to take them all. Hera can't do anything about this. He's just gonna try to push some of these. Yeah, so at the very least he can collect from them, but it's not ideal. For civilizations, by the way, we do have Hera with Saracens and Winchester with Mayans. I forgot to enable predictions, by the way. I'll do so, but we are going to have the predictions open for only 2 minutes because of this game being already kind of eventful as is. So for the next 2 minutes you can vote. Prediction for the predictions for game number 5. For option 1 you're gonna have Hera. For option 2 you're going to have Winchester. So far Winchester has been able to get many of the zebras down. Meanwhile he's managed to get the first zebra back under his own TC, and now yeah, Hera was just trying to make something happen, right? But in the end won't really be able to. He was trying to at the very least salvage some of the zebras over here, and wow, Is Hera disconnecting over here or calling the GG? He was controlling the unit for sure. The scout, that is. So let me take a look. There is no GG in the game though. So I'm not sure this is a disconnect. The game is far from over. It's only 3 minutes and 49 seconds. So let's check. Oh, there's a restart because Hera has he's got Blockstone. So it's going to get restarted. This was a very nice start for Winchester, by the way. Yeah. It's an admin restart. Guess we'll just have to wait a little bit. And let's call the predictions off. Yes, I'm in restart. By the way, the Argentina match begins in about 10 minutes. Seems like I'm going to end up missing that one. Rip. Oh man, it feels bad. The second semifinal hasn't even started yet. We are close to 3 hours into the stream. For the quarterfinals, interestingly enough, we've had much shorter streams. Or at the very least, compared to what it seems like this one is going to be. Let's go back then. And there we go. The game started already. Let's go for it. Don't have to wait anymore. And there we are, guys. Let's see once again. Winchester sending the Eagle Scout forward. This time around, we don't have any blocked resources, do we? We don't. Yeah, for anyone. Okay. So no more enemy restarts over here. Yeah, and you know, Winchester is right away just gonna try and start collecting the zeros. He's unfortunately already kind of showed his hand, giving away his strategy. So if he went for the same thing, Hera might very well be able to prevent it or deny it. So from the get-go, we see Hera, for instance, he's already found his zeros, and he's gonna start pushing them underneath the TC. This is very unfortunate for the red player, because the only way you would be able to make use of the same strategy is if your opponent didn't find their own hunting. Yeah, but Hera did find it right away. In the end though, the blue player will end up taking just a single zebra, or he's going to end up pushing a single zebra. Meanwhile, Winchester is starting to push his own zebras over here, and it seems like Winchester will end up getting all the zebras down. Well done. Pushing this one away, and wow, he actually got... How did he get away? Hera could have pushed. I am 100% sure more than one zebra towards the TC now. He's gonna try to push one of Winchester's, and Winchester's going to realize about this, so he's sending the villager up in the north, trying to bait the villagers from Hera, and in the end he cannot really get to the zebra on time. So Hera will end up pushing this one, but Winchester should be definitely the one on the lead, right? He's already pushed 2. This is going to be the 3rd zebra that he pushes. We see some villagers coming over from Winchester, so you could potentially try and engage in a villager war. Predictions are on, guys, for the next 5 minutes, I believe. Or is that 2 minutes? Yes. So only 3 minutes remaining, right? But the prediction was for 5 minutes. The next 3 minutes, you can still predict on who you think is going to win game number 5. Option 1, Hera. Option 2, Winchester.
Tabish? Así que...
Así que...
Here we go. Now Winchester is actually going to engage. We haven't talked about the civilizations over here too much. Just the fact that Winchester gets 1 extra villager with the Mayans. The scout over there is going to be careful. Hera will end up getting the village down though. 1 more hit and he got him! First blood! And Winchester gets pushed away and he gets denied of the villager lead. Here's going up to the FLH a little bit earlier as well compared to Winchester, and the red player has gotten a little bit of extra TC time compared to Hera, who's gotten the TC working 100% of the time. Max in the way now for Vinch. Max in the way now for Hera as well. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be Minotaurs for Winchester. In Hera. Hera's got just a stable on the way after the barracks. Where is it? He's gonna take the straggler down and place the stable up over here. He doesn't have the resources, but yeah, he will go for it there. There we go. Oh, archer range actually. Oh, he's collecting gold as well. Both these guys are gonna go for archers. The difference, of course, that Winchester is going for Minotaurs in addition to standard archers. While Hera seems to be going just for the archer play. Winchester adds a few skirmishes into the mix, should be in a good spot. Market in the way for Hera, he's gotta go for it. Gets cheaper markets, cheaper trading resources. No Minotaur's upgrade, by the way, yet from Winchester. Can't really afford it right now. Can't really afford to go for another villager! Oh, Vinch. It's been a struggle for him. It's been a struggle. So they'll probably end up just getting pushed away, right? With the archers. Not even the eagle is going to be good enough, especially as it's taken so much HP losses already. Village is moving over the north from Winchester, is trying to get a tower up. If we take a look at his point of view, Winchester knows about the goal on the right hand side, and then he knows about the goal on the left hand side now because he's pushing villages away from the goal on the right hand side with the archers and the militias. Now he's going for fletching even. Getting the tower up on the left hand side is not really going to push Hera away, but it's going to place a nice foundation for a chain of towers potentially. So he could go for yet another tower to keep it within range of this one, and that should put him in a pretty good spot. I'm very sure. Nice defense though so far for Hera. Taking the archers down. Only 2 Minotaurs remain over here. Winchester is making a play for skirmishers, but he doesn't really have the numbers right now. A single skirmisher and a single archer on the way. Hera instead has got 3 archers, 3 more archers on the way as well. Seems like as long as he is able to prevent the skirmisher from doing anything over here from Winchester, he'll be significantly better off in just a minute from now. And this is what I was talking about. This tower is not denying gold from Hera, but is providing a good stepping stone on top of which Winchester can build extra towers. So with the second one, he will end up pushing the bull player away. It's just that he doesn't really have any military presence on the right-hand side anymore, so he's gonna have to go and try to deny that one next. Hera doesn't really have the resources, at the very least. Doesn't want to buy the stone to get a tower up over here. And Winchester, he's just gotta wall these off, ideally, and then try to make a play for the right-hand side at this point in time. 2 extra villagers for Hera. Over 40 extra seconds of idle TC time for Winchester as well. And Hera's roaming around with the zone archers, unable to do too much damage over here. Winchester's defender's advantage should be enough for him to clean these units up for sure. Here we go.
Shot it.
Here we are. Skirmisher's going down now. Hero's unit control is as you expect it to be at this level. And there are more towers coming up from Winchester. Well, Hero doesn't really care about this too much, so long as he's got access to resources still, right? So he deletes the farms in front of the TC, and then he goes for a mail on the back and extra farms. Sure, he is getting pushed back over here, and he's losing a little bit of surface area, but Winchester is spending a lot of resources and villager working time trying to get the towers up. So this actually favors Hera in a sense. So long as he doesn't really take any losses from the towers, it's gonna be fine. Eventually, if he's able to go out to the castle edge earlier, he can go for a ram or two, take all the towers down. And Winchester, well, Winchester doesn't seem like he'll be able to do too much over here, just, you know, other than just going for extra towers and hoping to deny enough resources from Hera. But Hera, obviously, by the time Winchester starts approaching the gold on the right-hand side from Hera, the bull player is going to react and he's going to go for a preempted tower, so doesn't seem to be working so far for Winchester. Despite him getting away with the towers, they are not doing too much. He's got a second archer range already coming out behind the TC. Hera is gonna roam around. The archers will potentially get a village down. It's gotta be careful though. We have 4 skirmishers over here. And in the end, Hera will be the first one to click out to the castle age. While Winchester, he's so far away still. Additional archer range coming out for Hera as well. So it seems like we're just going to see full crossbow play for him. And you know what? He doesn't even need rounds, probably. Just as soon as he gets to the castle age, if you can go for crossbowman. Remember, the Saracens get for the team bonus 2 bonus damage from foot archer units against buildings. He could potentially just make a play for crossbows and take the towers down, honestly. It's not going to take too many. Here we go. Beautiful. Yeah, so they're just here now for Hera. Winchester's not managed to click up just yet, so we see the crossman upgrade coming up for the bull player already. It's got a defense tower coming up in the 4 siege workshop. And this is starting to get very rough for Winchester. He spent a lot of villager working time going forward, getting the towers up. So far, he's been unable to do anything with these. He's still not been able to click out to the castle age. Well, Hera's got Baki now, and you know what, guys? With Bakinaro, Hero might actually have enough damage over here to take on the TC. He needs to be careful over here and not lose any of the units to the skirmishers, but once we get... Okay, he's going for a ram. I probably would have preferred for him to go for a mangonel and then go forward and put pressure, because with Bakinaro, these crossbows already outrange the TC. So he can technically take this down with crosses alone, so long as he doesn't have to worry about the skirmishers too much. So if he brought a mangonel forward, he would have been able to push the skirmishers away with the mangonel, threaten the TC with the mangonel and the crosses as well, and cost a lot of resources because Winchester would have to spend so much just to keep the TC up. Here's looking great, guys. And you can't help but wonder, what if the previous attempt wouldn't have been an admin restart? But then again, you know, this game did not go too poorly for Winchester whatsoever. He did manage to send the villagers forward, and he did manage to get the majority of the zebras down anyway. Just Hera was able to push one of his zebras back in 2 total, which I think is somewhat comparable to what we had in the first attempt. Here we go. Archer range is going down. The Magno's coming here. This is what I'm talking about. This is gonna be so hard for Winchester to fight against. He's playing Mayans and he's getting to the castle age, but he's not really been going for Eagle Scouts. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even have barracks to produce eagles from, or at the very least he's got just the one, which is not enough. The barracks is going down anyway, so it's not like he would be able to go for much of anything regardless. There we go. Man, that TC is under a lot of pressure. Let's take a look at this though. Let's take a look at this. Hero's paying attention, and that is a good attack round. Winchester's gotta be very, very careful, mindful of these mangonels over here. Here comes the mangonel from Winchester. He's going to get one of the mangonels down. Well done. Reaction is a little bit slow for Hero over there, but he's got his own scout cavalry coming over. He's got a knight over there as well, so he's going after the mangonel. In the end, won't be able to get it. But he still keeps on putting pressure, and this is he's going down, guys, soon. So long as Hera doesn't take full losses against the Mountain, should be able to take the TC down eventually, right? Oh! Mangonel shot, and there we go. Hera gets his only Mangonel destroyed over here. He's got another one on the way, though, so it's not over for him yet. Definitely not over. Hera's definitely right now the one in the driver's seat. But Winchester finds himself able to hold on a little bit longer over here. You gotta wonder, why not the Eagles? Basically, he doesn't really have the production potential right now. Nice Mangonel shots though from Hera. Getting 2 Mangonels down over there. And all of a sudden, this army becomes a lot deadlier for the bull player, because with the Mangonel, he prevents Winchester from approaching these crossbows with his own army, and now there is a second Mangonel coming out. Meanwhile, Winchester only now has another Mangonel on the way. This could be really bad for the red players, taking a lot of losses over there. Big shot from Hera. Well, let's see if he can land another good shot here. Not quite. There we go. Nice shot over there, though. 1 for 1. Good unit control. Oh, the shot! Hera takes Oh my lord, so many crosses from Winchester. Now, with the second manual coming up, Hera's in a much more commanding position over here. Even more so compared to before, and that is a great manual shot, guys. Unless Winchester manages to completely flatten Hera's military over here. And that is a huge shot! A huge shot from Winchester. He finds some extra life over here. How many crossbows went down over there from Hera? So many! My lord! Winchester finds it. And himself to keep on going a little bit longer over there. As if he hadn't gotten a great shot over there, the game would have been over at that point already. He's able to hold on, and now he even gets a better shot over here against the Magnum from Hera. Now he should be able to turn around and take this one down, but he's not gonna try. Gotta be careful. Good unit control. There we go. The Magnum goes down in the end. Unbelievable. My lord, I think this is probably the most big Magnum shots that I have seen in a row. This tournament so far for sure. And I'm not really sure if ever, honestly. On high-low games. Some noise in the stadium between Argentina versus Mexico. Can you hear that? It's very... I can barely hear it on my end. The neighbors got TV blasting for the match. If anybody's watching this on YouTube, by the way, I was streaming this at the same time as Argentina versus Mexico is taking place for the World Cup. It should have started 10 minutes ago. It's 19:10 GMT right now, so... See the things that I do for the community, alright? Let's see if we can get another good shot over here. That'd be great, of course. There we are. Beautiful. Yeah, Winchester's holding on over here. It wouldn't be possible if he was playing any other civilization, perhaps, but Mayans, with a very strong economy, doesn't really mind having a lower worker count over here. You don't need me to tell the score if neighbor's blasting? I mean, yeah, I don't think it's going to be necessary. I'm going to hear the neighbors just scream, no! If there's a Mexican goal, or just screaming goal if there's an Argentinian one. You didn't like football, Nova? No, but everybody that I know is gathering for the special occasion, and I'm missing out on the social meeting.
Shot it.
Full archers coming out now for Winchester. It's kind of like, well, perhaps not quite as Thanksgiving, but I guess probably the closest given the dates. Like everybody has gotten together to watch the match and have some food and share some time, and I cannot really complain too much because I'm here watching some very high level Age of Empires, but yeah, still a little bit of a sacrifice. And Winchester's really sustaining himself over here. Much more so than I thought it was going to be possible. And to think that the game would have been over hadn't Winchester landed a huge shot against Hera's army. If Argentina loses again, they'll be out, right? I think that sounds about right. Yes. Monastery goes down. Winchester could potentially go and take the relics. I'm not really positive he's got a monastery, actually. No monastery. No monastery for the red player. But he's putting some pressure. He's gonna try to go for a castle drop. He's on 1 TC full push. Hera has almost enough resources to go up to the Imperial Age. Has been playing for economy over here for the most part. It's got 3 TCs. And now Hera is completely on to Winchester. He knows exactly what's coming up over here. Managed to get a few villagers down over there. Villagers at Winchester honestly can't really afford to lose. Sure, he might be playing Mayans over here. But still, Hera should be in a much better position. Now, I am very curious about this because in the end, Hera ended up pushing Winchester away from the hill. And Winchester is going to end up going for a castle up in the north on a different hill. And this one is going to have range for the gold. And good shots over there though. Nice. Crosses go down for Hera. There we go. And yeah, the castle is going to range the goal, but the goal just ran out though, so Hera doesn't care. And it's only going to be ranging a single TC over here. If he had gone for the castle a little bit further down the south, he would have been able to target both these TCs. And now, Hera's on his way to the Imperial Age. He's got a castle coming up over here. Managed to get some quick walls up over here to buy himself some time and get the castle up. And this castle is coming up 100%. And yeah, honestly wouldn't be surprised if Winchester called a GG as soon as Hera got to the Imperial Age, because that means the castles are going down soon. And Hera's going to have access to our ballisters, and there is nothing from Winchester to really fight that off. Even if he made a switch to Eagle Warriors right now, against Imperial Age range units, yeah, not going to do too much. Here we go, Imperial Age is here for Hera, guys, in 3, 2, 1. And the GG is not being called because Winchester, this is his tournament life on the line. It's gonna keep on trying until the very end, but it seems like it's looming, you know, the horizon, and it's getting closer and closer. Right, and certainly seems to be on the wall, and Hera it's already going to start going for the treasures, and indeed the trebs start popping, castles start dropping. It doesn't seem like Winchester will be able to do anything to take the treasures down, or to prevent the treasures from taking the castles down, right? The first one comes out already. There we are. Bracers coming in now for Hera as well. Here we are. We have Bracer ready for Hera. Is gonna keep on going for more crossbows. Get 5 archer ranges to produce crossbows from. And this is huge, guys. His production potential is so much higher compared to Winchester's. Especially after this castle goes down for the red player. What will Winchester really be able to produce from? Just the one castle. Meanwhile, chemistry is on the way now for Hera as well, for 1 extra attack on the units. And you can bet your butt our ballista is gonna be on the way very soon as well. And so far, Winchester's managed to prevent Hera from pushing too hard against his economy, but one big raid over here from Hera and the game is over. Winchester cannot really afford to take any losses. The villagers, so much more numerous for Hera. Yeah, what economy, well? Whatever he's got, you can call economy. Most likely they're not going down very soon, potentially. Now with the next castle going down very soon, Winchester's gonna be completely out of castles, won't be able to even get the relic back over here on time. Won't be able to keep on going for plumed archers anymore. Without a castle, won't be able to go for a lead plumed archer once it gets to the Imperial Age. So these units have kind of, you know, they are kind of maxed out for what he'll be able to go for overall. Given the fact that without castles, he cannot really upgrade them anymore, besides just Bracer and chemistry, of course. But yeah, guys, that is the end of the plumed archers over here, and Winchester calls it GG as Hera takes game number 5 it moves on to the grand final of Warlords with a final score of 4-1. It's going to knock Winchester out of the tournament and move on to face whoever wins in the next semi-final to begin very, very soon. Let's go through the achievements one last time before hopping out. A little bit better than 1-to-1 kill ratio for Hera for the economy. We have a stronger economy for Hera as well. By quite a lot. By a lot. Society with a higher villager max count for Hera as well as a lower amount of villagers lost, I think. Actually, it's going to be 26 for Winchester. And it's going to be... yeah, you know what? It's less. It's going to be 18 villagers lost for Hera throughout the game. So there we go. APM really high for both these players. It's about time for us to go back and check in on the interview.